Hey guys, Shadow here, and today I'm going to be talking about the current state of PlayStation and how it got there. I'll also be doing a video following up on this, which will be the future of PlayStation, where it might go. So, the PlayStation 3, upon release in 2006, I believe, a year, or nearly a year after Microsoft's Xbox 360 was launched, right there, rough start, because, Microsoft already has a lead in sales right now. And then on top of that, not having a lot of exclusives upon release or just games in general, not having a really good price point which is affordable for people who want to go out and buy a console. So really just rocky start. Also, you have the anonymous hacking PlayStation Network, which really made the security for online for PlayStation just overall look very very not well put together, I guess. So with all this happening, after going through all this stuff, PlayStation has done great. You know why? Because right now PlayStation is tied with the Xbox 360. Now the Xbox 360 had nothing. The only problem they had was, the Xbox would fail, once you freaking tossed it, across the room, or you like dropped it like 2 feet. Unlike PlayStation, you can throw it everywhere and it'll still work fine. Or another problem with the Xbox 360 is if you tilt it to the side, it grinds your disc. Now, that's the only thing the Xbox had to worry about. But those were things that's like, well, if that's the problem, well, you can just go buy a new one. Which that's where Microsoft's big money actually comes in, with people repurchasing consoles. Another thing is, you got Xbox Live, which people pay for, and once that runs out, they just pay for more. As for PSN, you get it for free. So when you look at both of these consoles from a very statistical and very logical aspect, the PlayStation's a better deal. You got more games, you got more exclusives, you got more DLC, you got free online, you can get free movies and TV shows, you get free DLC, it's all there for a lot of way more affordable price, and you're getting a lot better hardware under the hood. Now, a lot of people don't know this, like casual gamers and stuff, and people who are actual hardcore gamers really could care less to know, because some are very content with what they have, or some just don't have the money to buy another console. So once you start talking about their console, they start feeling inferior. Now this is something that is very present in a lot of gamers who at least that I've come in contact with, where I tell them the great things about PlayStation, and when they reply, "Oh, I have an Xbox 360," and I kind of keep going, just telling them, this is great, you guys should get one, this is wonderful, and they bring up a defense for Xbox. They bring up these things that are great about Xbox, and they're easily rebutted with things that are great about PlayStation, and from that aspect, when it comes to logical and statistical information, the PlayStation is superior. Even from an opinionated aspect, the PlayStation is superior, and this is why. The reason why is because it has more to offer people. Just any race, any size, any color, any shape, any sexual orientation. PlayStation has got that game for you. It doesn't matter who you are. You could be a hardcore Xbox fan for all of your life, and then PlayStation will have something just for you. Now, why is Xbox doing so well? Well, they didn't have as many, many like holdbacks or drawbacks or, tough times. So that's one. Another thing is the advertisement. Microsoft does so well in advertising. That's something I really want to give Microsoft. They do so well in advertising. Like when Halo 4 came out, they were on Mountain Dew and Doritos, which that is a commodity that a lot of gamers tend to purchase. So of course people are going to see that and be like, hey, I'm going to try that out, I'm going to look it up, and then they see a trailer, and then right then they're hooked. That's something that PlayStation has not done. Another thing is that people hop on the bandwagon. If people are sheep, if a lot of people are doing it, they'll go ahead and do it too. So in America, most people have an Xbox 360. So when they go choosing their console, or when a mother goes choosing a console, they're like, well, what does everybody else have? And the guy at GameStop's, well, if you get Xbox, it's freaking great, and that's pretty much their explanation. And then they'll be like, well, online's $50 a year, you can pay $5 a month. And so the mother, or even just another gamer, is like, okay, yeah, that sounds good. And they don't really tell so much about the PlayStation part, because most people in America only know about Xbox, and they know nothing of PlayStation because Sony has not advertised. So when I go tell people about the great stuff of PlayStation, that's where they're just like, how come no one's ever told me this before? I never knew this. If I would have known this, I probably would have gotten a PlayStation over an Xbox. And this is where I bring the current state of PlayStation. PlayStation is in a great position because not only are they tied in sales, they're better quality. Now, people are going to argue all day long about this, but you can just put them both side by side and just have somebody just play them. I've done that myself, and look at where I am now. I am, a very dedicated PlayStation gamer, and I'm deep into the PlayStation community, and I just hope PlayStation sell-wise does better. Content-wise, it's perfect. Everything else, it's perfect. If they want to put more stuff into it, you know what? Go ahead and do it. More power to Sony and PlayStation as a brand. I'd love to see more stuff. Keep the stuff coming. It's great. They never cease to amaze me in what they can offer us gamers. Which, when you look at, Xbox and you compare how much content that comes out on both, it's really sad because most of these Xbox players, they wait all year just for like one thing when we have something that comes out every single month, and we're just like, you guys are kind of weird flipping out over this game, when, it happens, it's a regular basis for us, So, I'm saying that it's just, from everything, PlayStation is in a good position. The current state of PlayStation, when it comes to all its features and all the content, it's great. But when it comes to sales, it's not, it could be way better. It should be way over the Xbox sales, and it has all the potential in the world to be. But people don't know. So if you're a PlayStation gamer like myself, heavily dedicated or not, you could have a PlayStation and an Xbox, but you should tell people, how great the PlayStation is. Sony needs its gamers to kind of tell people, hey, PlayStation's great, why don't you get one here? Let me show you something, show a game that's an exclusive like The Last of Us. Looks freaking, just mind-blowing amazing. And, I show my friends this, and I just honestly see the jealous looks on their faces, and I'm just like, hey, you got an Xbox, man, So, I'm going to wrap this up with saying that PlayStation's in a good position, but it can be a lot better. So for all those people who are putting articles out like, oh, PlayStation sucks, or PlayStation's going down, that is total opposite. PlayStation's on the up and up, and I think it's going to stay that way, and I can only wait for E3. So thank you guys for watching this video. I'm going to do the future for PlayStation, so I'll see you guys later. Shadow out.